to the Wrestle Story. We discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Wednesday after AEW and NXT, and every Friday after SmackDown.
What is up?
Tonight, Backlash recap. We said we wouldn't be here, so this is why you follow us on Twitch, because, well, sometimes, or Twitter, sorry, my bad. Twitter, because you can follow us on Twitch, too, if you want to. Follow us on Twitter, then you know when we go live.
Yeah, what up,
Hello,
folks?
Observing Stuff and Scott, and give me a whole yeah.
You know, I kind of debated.
Hey, ho, ho!
I mean, yes, but I kind of debated if I should start the show with, "This is the greatest show." I was kind of debating whether or not I wanted to do that. And obviously I didn't, so here we are. So, hey folks, what's up? Good to see you there. You didn't know if you were going to see us or not? Well, you're in luck, because here we are.
Give
What's
us
up?
a song, Minnie. The fake crowd noise was terrible. I just ignored
This
it.
is the greatest show. It's like really, it's like high note.
Yeah.
This is the greatest show! That was terrible. But that's essentially what it is. So maybe I'll do it at the end. Because we're going to talk about the greatest wrestling match ever at the end.
We will tell him happy birthday.
So I'll do it at the end.
Hello, Jono.
I'll do it at the end when we're talking about the match. Mr. Gleen's reaction when he plays Fortnite.
That's right. If you want to
Hilarious.
check out my reactions when I play
Boom.
Fortnite, come check me out tonight after the show because I'm going to play it again.
Perfect. I mean, it was pretty much accurate, though, but I'll, legitimately do it at the end. So there you go. Stick around if you want to see me.
By the way, Scott,
this
I don't
is
know if
great
you
show.
stuck around last night, but I did get a win last night. So, you know,
Dude, why is this camera up so high? I feel like we look really short today.
we are short.
It's because the camera's like,
Well, my chair is lower than normal, so
hello?
I can raise it up. Hello, Mrs. Gleen. There we are.
What is happening? The camera was all
That's
set
why
up for my brother.
you got more wins than
So.
Kurt Hawkins.
Dang!
Well, good. I'm glad.
Happy birthday to Mini Bro G.
A win in which game mode? It wasn't weenie mode, Observing Stuff. It was a solo.
It's a legitimate win. Is that the one that I saw? It might have been the one that I saw.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I had 9 kills and
I don't
awesome.
think I saw that one.
yeah, I think you did.
What is happening?
Because I
Is
went
Ma-
out there right after I did that.
What is happening?
Got something
is
to drink.
Maven is yelling. Maybe
the World
it
Tag
did
Title
Maven.
match was stupid. Yes, definitely.
Okay,
Well,
folks.
they just as well get rid of the tag titles.
So, okay, but I'm going to talk about it.
Is it really loud? Are we loud? Are we extremely
Hello?
loud?
I mean, I was kind of close to the mic, but
I can turn this down a little bit.
sorry, folks.
Is that any better?
Okay.
Wow, I never got a solo win. I got to do a few squad wins.
I've
Yes,
never won solo
because I'm a
before.
beast.
I've been this close.
Went straight up beast mode.
I've been this close, but never.
Yes, happy birthday to Bendy.
Yes.
Bendy Boy Gaming.
He was streaming all day,
Yes.
and
All right,
so
cool. All right.
it was epic. That's why we're here later than we would have been,
Yeah.
because he was still streaming
Yeah.
up until just a little bit ago, because he was doing his big birthday stream, and so now we are here to talk about wrestling
Yes.
and Backlash. Overall, I'm not. This was actually a pretty good show.
It's okay.
Like, from top to bottom, majority of it was really good. There were only a couple things that I was like,
You threw him
So-
out of the office and took over, maybe. Like, tell it like it is. Yeah, that's what we did. Hit that like button,
So-
folks. Yes.
So,
Hit it 3 or 4 times.
overall,
Don't do that because it just says not like.
yeah,
Yeah.
it would just go back and forth. So, but overall, I thought this show was really good,
You hit it
and
3
I
times, it'll
enjoyed
work.
it. I agree. I
I'm
think
gonna
was
give it
good.
a 6 out of 10.
I think it was good. I enjoyed it.
All right, well, we'll go through this and we'll talk about it, and I'll tell you why. I didn't
So, we start off on the pre-show with Andrade versus Apollo Crews for the U.S. Championship. I will say, I didn't need to see this match again. Was it a good match? Yes. They need to move on from this and do something else with Apollo. Kevin Owens was on commentary during this thing. So, I'm assuming we're probably going to go to a Kevin Owens and Apollo Crews feud. If not that, then do Garza. And if they're not going to do that, then just move on from these guys as a whole. Because I don't want to see another Apollo and Andrade match. They've been fighting each other for the last, month. And so I don't really need to see another one of those.
I actually missed the Apollo match because I was out getting pizza.
Oh, yeah, you were. But it was quick. It was just Apollo Crews won. He retained the U.S. Championship. It was cool. It was a fine match. There wasn't anything wrong with it. Like I said, it was enjoyable. But I just don't want to see, I don't want to see these two guys feud anymore.
Yeah.
So Kevin Owens would be my next choice for who Apollo is going to fight.
Yeah, I can handle that.
I would say the first part of this pay-per-view felt way too big by numbers.
That's way too much credit. I didn't think it was even paint by numbers. I thought it was just throw paint on a canvas.
Just nonchalantly, just everywhere.
Yeah. Just wherever.
But I think Kevin Owens and Apollo Crews could be a good feud. I think you have to turn Apollo Crews into a monster heel, though. Because, I mean, one of them's got to be heel, and I feel like...
Favorite pizza?
Kevin Owens is a really good face right now, and Kevin Owens is doing...
I don't know that I have a favorite pizza, Scott. If it's pizza, I eat it.
Kevin Owens... Why are we talking about pizza?
Because I said I went and got pizza during the Apollo match.
Oh, so you're not talking about this match. You're talking about pizza. Got it.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the wrestling match. I'm
I
talking
know.
about
Scott said
Kevin
favorite
Owens
pizza,
and
Mr.
Apollo
Gleen, so I was answering
Crews. Jeez, this is why our show is all over the place. It's because we go in every which direction. It's like one minute we're talking wrestling, next minute we're talking pizza, next minute we are talking about paint by number.
We got a stuffed crust, 3 stuffed crusts. We got pepperoni. We had barbecue chicken, and we had a cheese pizza.
Kevin Owens is good at being a heel, but I haven't seen Apollo as a heel before, which is why I think turning Apollo heel as opposed to Kevin Owens, because I think Kevin Owens is really over at the moment. He's doing a really good job as a face, and so I almost feel like turning him heel wouldn't be a step in the wrong direction, because, I mean, I think it'd be fine, but to give something a little different, maybe push Apollo Crews outside of his box that he's been in.
Is Kevin Owens, a face, or is it just the fact that who he's faced made him a face?
No, he's a face.
Yes, there was a rumor that Apollo would turn heel.
I think he's an actual face. I think people genuinely like him. He's, really funny.
We were screaming and yelling, Scott.
He's really funny, and...
We were a crowd.
So, I think that genuinely just, it gets him over, and people automatically like him, because of his delivery for things.
I saw a rumor, and I don't know if it's true, but they are working on, sports are working on a way to pump in noise from people's, their phones. So you could, scream and yell from home, which my wife would really love. Mrs. Gleen would love that.
I already do
Hello, Forgetty.
So, oh, man. He can do both really well. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, they could easily turn Kevin Owens and it'd be fine. But I think to kind of switch it up and...
well, thank you, John. I worked on my eyeliner really hard.
I worked on my eyeliner really hard. I did a really cool swoopity swoop, and it looks cool.
Oh, he's talking to you.
It's mint. It matches my shirt. It looks pretty freaking epic, if I do say so myself. I took some pictures today. They look pretty good. But I digress. So I think turning Apollo heel, I think it'd just be something a little different, and maybe get to see what he can do.
I'd be
outside of doing
stuff.
face.
I'd be sitting there hitting the boo button the whole time. Boo 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 boo, and mess up the stats.
They did have a crowd. Didn't you hear it during the last match?
Yeah. The crazy thing was they brought back the dead guy. Howard Finkel was around.
That is true. So, yeah, Apollo won on the pre-show, and it was fine. It was whatever. So then we start the show with, this was an epic match. I loved this. You did not, but I loved this, and I thought this was so good. And these women have so much chemistry with one another. It's amazing. So we have Bayley and Sasha versus the IIconics versus Bliss and Cross for the women's tag team championships. Like I said, I loved this. I think this match was done so well. First, it was a legitimate triple threat tag match. It wasn't a triple threat. We're going to pretend it's a triple threat tag match.
Back from the mic, Maven. You're too loud, apparently.
Generally,
I even turned it down.
I'm not even that close to it.
I'll turn it
like
up.
above.
There.
I can't get any further away from the microphone. It's like I can sit over here, but then you really won't hear me. So this was like
don't lean forward.
Epic. So now I've lost my train of thought.
You mean I can't lean like
Thanks.
this?
So yeah, this was really good, and I loved this.
Believe me,
it was awesome, and so I love this. There's so much chemistry, and it was so good. And like I was saying, triple threat tag before I was so rudely interrupted.
You can sit in the living room.
This.
It was okay. Billy Kay is a bit sloppy. Not the greatest match ever. It was okay. At least they did the triple threat rule correctly.
That's what I'm trying to get to. But people were like, microphone. And I was like, okay. So I thought that was so good that it wasn't just it was like, because generally they're like, oh yes, it's a triple threat tag match, but then they lie and they don't take one member of every team and put it in there. This is a legitimate triple threat tag match. There was one member of every team in the ring at all times, and it was amazing. And I loved it. And I thought the chemistry was so good. Sasha and Peyton, they have such great chemistry. Like, Alexa was on fire. Bayley and Sasha, they're great as always. The IIconics, contrary to popular belief, I feel that they have improved greatly from when they were first, like before they left. You know? Does that make sense? Before they weren't being used. And when they were on their hiatus, and then they came back just a couple weeks ago. I think they've greatly improved, and this tag match was it was good. It was a good way to open the show. And this really showed what the women's tag teams can do. This showed what the women's tag team division can be. This was good, and I highly enjoyed this. Like, it was great all around. So
I hated it.
Go ahead. Crap on it. It's your turn.
Well, you know how I feel about when you're fighting for the title. I absolutely hate having triple threat matches, and then you're throwing all three teams in the ring at once, which I think is stupid. Because realistically, dude, a triple threat tag match is not two people in the ring at once. It is a triple threat tag match. Okay, but realistically, is anybody going to be able to pin anybody?
Okay, but there were all these cool...
Because there's going to be outside interference.
But, dude. But there could be that in a regular tag match, though. It could be like that in a regular tag match, though. So do you have something against tag team matches?
Not if you hurt one of your opponents and they're laying on the ground outside the ring.
Okay, but so what? It's no different than a tag team match. Somebody could easily get involved in that at any moment in time, too. So, I don't know, man. There's logic behind that.
Okay, you threw an extra team in there to make it even worse than, that. So, I mean, if you're going to throw that out there, I mean, the problem is you got that extra team that's going to mess everything up. And I absolutely hate triple threat matches. I hate fatal four-ways for a title. It's stupid. It's dumb. Let's have them wrestle mano-y-mano, not like mano-y-mano-y-mano-y-mano. It's just dumb.
But I like this. I thought it was good. I think it has shown what
They're not actually a tag team champion anymore. Now they are a triple threat champion.
I think this really has shown what the tag team division, the women's tag team division, can do.
If it's for a title, John, now, I hate anything above mano-y-mano. Or the tag team match, one tag team versus another tag team.
So, I like this. This was good.
Stupid.
This was epic. I like this a lot. It was cool. Real cool. So, yes, Bayley and Sasha retained. Sasha is the one who got the pin. She pinned Alexa, and it was epic. It was like a really cool finish. It was like they were going back and forth, and then it was like boom, 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 and then it was like boom. Sasha pinned Alexa, and it was amazing. And I love this. And it was cool. Yeah. I actually thought this was going to be a good match going into it. I thought this was going to be pretty decent. It was going to be one of the better matches on the card, and I was looking forward to it.
I already hated the match because of the way they set it up.
So So, I like this, Bayley.
It's for the Tag Team Championship, and here's Team 1, Team 2, and Team 3. What? Tag team means, like, 2.
So, Bayley and Sasha.
Mono. Team 1 versus Team 2. Not Team 1 versus Team 2 versus Team 3, but, you know, well, let's throw 6 more teams in there. Team 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, but it wasn't the greatest match ever. I mean, no, it wasn't the greatest match ever, but it was still a really good match, and I highly enjoyed it. Ever. So, Bayley and Sasha will be fighting Shotzi and Tegan on Wednesday. And that'll be for the tag championships. I hope it's the main event.
Why? Nope, not a new camera.
I hope it's the main event of NXT to make those belts mean more. And
how much
Sasha
do you expect from Bruce's booking tomorrow night? I don't expect a lot out of this first. I don't expect a whole lot out of this first week.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to, because I feel like the pay-per-view was good tonight, and so I don't want to sit here and say that I think tomorrow's going to be absolute garbage. But I'm also not going to sit here and say that I think it's going to also be like the greatest Raw I've ever seen in my life. You know. I mean, they might try to book it that way just because, you know, tonight it was like the greatest wrestling match ever, but I'm not expecting that. So, yeah. So Bayley and Sasha are fighting Tegan and Shotzi on Wednesday. I hope that's the main event of NXT just to book it as the belts meaning more, you know? Begin to make them mean more and be like a legitimate thing. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, yes. After this, we have...
Thank you for the follow, Takashi.
Thanks. After this, we have Hardy versus Sheamus. Okay, this match was, like, fine. It was a fine match. I didn't really care much for this match to begin with because of everything.
CP stuff in Raw, and, you know, Bruce took over.
Of the way that we built the match, and, like, I did not care for it. I did not care for the way the match was built. I did not care for the way that the feud has gone. I just don't care about this. So, I didn't really care much going into it. It was, like I said, a fine match. There were definitely some, like, whoa spots.
So this was another match you went, okay. Not anywhere close to like I thought it'd go. Jeff Hardy took a beating.
He should have won this match.
With the way, this whole match is just him taking a beating.
Okay, with the way they booked this crap on Friday, Jeff Hardy should have won tonight to get redemption and to win. He should have won. But he didn't. Sheamus won, and now we're going to drag this out to another 17 matches, and so they're probably going to fight at Extreme Rules, and I'm probably not going to care, just because I probably just...
but they're disappointed.
I don't want to see this anymore. This just needs to be done. It feels like Sheamus only has good chemistry with Cesaro, and, like, that's it. See, okay, the thing for me is, I don't mind the
Sheamus Jeff Hardy match. It's just they let Jeff Hardy take a beating.
With
like
both of these guys, both Sheamus and Cesaro, I felt that both of those guys would never amount to anything outside of being a tag team. They're tag team wrestlers. Like,
we're
for
gonna
me,
get some transformation of Jeff Hardy.
I think that Cesaro has proven himself, and it's proven that he can be a good singles guy and can have good... But even then, I say that, and he's still working tag team stuff with Nakamura, and he was working tag team stuff with Sami Zayn. So, I don't know if that statement would be true, if Cesaro could hold himself as a singles guy. But Sheamus has done singles stuff before, but none of it has been as good as his tag team stuff. And I don't look at Sheamus and sit there and say, oh, this dude is going to be a big single star. Because, like, I just don't. Because the stuff that stands out to me is the stuff he did when he was in a tag team. And so, I don't know if that's why I just don't like things that Sheamus does as of now or what. But I'm like... I don't care for Sheamus.
Yeah.
I really don't. And honestly, I don't care for Jeff Hardy either. He's another one of those guys.
She doesn't care for anybody.
I'm like, I like them
if it's
better
not Becky,
when they're...
you can forget about it.
But I like these two guys better when they're in tag
That's
teams.
the Jeff you're in for for a push.
Like, they work better when they're in tag teams, at least for me. That's when I think they're at the best they can possibly be. But with Hardy, that's, like, not possible to be working in a tag team with somebody, because if he was going to work in a tag team with anybody, it would probably be Matt. And Matt is on another company.
Matt and Jeff working as a tag team would be crazy.
So like, I'm just not into
half the ring
either of these guys.
AEW and half the ring of WWE.
It's just, I can't get into the singles feuds. And then when they put them together and they're completely garbage, it's really hard to get into it. So, Sheamus won, and they're going to have 17 matches.
By the way, since Matt was brought up, did you see who was all broken up about Vanguard?
Who?
Matt.
Oh.
Matt Hardy. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He posted a picture of, like, Vanguard and was like,
I still miss you, buddy.
I can't believe you, like, died.
Like, it's just, it's heartbreaking. So,
people saying they're tired of Braun Strowman. They want Roman Reigns. Yeah, I don't think so.
So,
well, they might, because Roman hasn't been around for a while.
Roman said he's not coming back right now.
Well, that's because the corona is hitting, and it's going to get worse before it gets better.
He did a video. He said that we are doing a legitimate quarantine. We're, like, not leaving the house. We are not leaving the house, and we are not leaving the house.
Well, that's because, like, cases are picking up, and cases are picking up, and cases are picking up, and we don't know how to stop it because we're too stupid. And so you can see that it's going to pick up, and we're going to have lots of people in the hospital and lots of people dying.
You should move on from Sheamus.
let bygones be bygones. Give me a whole it's all over it today.
All these
It's
jokes.
the pee jokes.
It's
the pee puns.
Alrighty, so the next match we have here, folks.
Asuka and Nia Jax.
Alrighty then. Okay, this was Ralph is putting it nicely.
How you doing, Zendo?
We already had one of those earlier on the Bendy stream. Ayo, not top pay-per-view, but
It's the
I love the main event. Oh, yeah.
Big gathering at the League of the Ozarks last month. I'm not feeling safe either. I don't blame you observing stuff. It's going to get bad. Texas, there's like 22 states that have reported increase in numbers. There are 3 or 4 states right now that have hospitals that are starting to become full. So I could just see it. If I say anything with P, my YouTube deletes my comments. You didn't delete that.
So, Asuka and Nia Jax. Okay. I'm not one to crap on Nia Jax generally, but
I'm not one. Usually when we start with that, I'm not one to crap on Nia Jax generally, but I'm going to crap on her.
Yeah, I am.
We went from pee to crap.
So, Nia. Okay, sweetheart. We need to find a good happy medium between looking like you actually care and you are trying to put on a decent match. We need to find a good happy medium from that and killing your opponent. So you need to find somewhere in the middle where it looks like you're trying, but you're not trying too hard to where you're going to kill the person you're fighting. Okay? Does that make sense? Because
yes, don't kill the people you're fighting.
The first portion of this match, I kid you not.
If you're looking for PJs, you're in luck.
I kid you not. Nia, it was like this. I was like, and then she did another one of these, and I was like, Nia, are you even trying? Because right now, it looks like you're not.
Samantha needs the band hammer.
And
seriously.
So there was that, and then she like slammed Asuka into the mat, and Asuka was like, my head, ow, like she looked out of it, but then she was like, fine, and so, ooh.
Yes, it is mind-boggling why they're doing this. I don't understand it.
This was just not good. Like...
The big ninja ninjas. That's what ninjas do. They show up out of nowhere and then they disappear.
Asuka needs to be fighting someone that's not Nia. And I think that's been made perfectly clear here, but it's going to continue into Extreme Rules, and I'm not ready for it. Because this was rough. Now, this wasn't even like an entire match. I don't know if the end was supposed to be what it was, because it looked a little kind of all over the place, and not so much what it seemed it was supposed to be. So it ended in double count out. Both Nia and Asuka were out of the ring, and it looked like Nia was going, because Asuka had the arm bar on Nia. Nia was lifting up Asuka, but Asuka, like, slipped off and fell on the floor. And they were like, oh, yeah, Nia slammed Asuka into the barricade and she fell off. And I'm like, that's not what just happened. And so Asuka's lying on the floor, and I think what was supposed to happen was Nia was supposed to pick Asuka up, slam her into the ring apron, because that's what generally happens there. And I just assumed that was the spot they were going for, and that didn't happen. So then after that, they're, like, fighting outside, you know, and the count is going, and Asuka ends up getting counted out, but she, like, runs to the ring at the count of 9, like, oh, crap. Like, not like an oh, crap, like, I'm going into, like, oh, crap, we missed our spot.
No, Asuka was like, yes! Thank God this match is over.
And then, I mean, maybe she was, but then they got in, Asuka got into the ring and was like, like, she legitimately didn't mean to get the count out. And I was like, I don't know if that was supposed to happen, but okay. Fine, it's over. And at least it's over.
Thank you for follow, sports fan.
Because that was rough, man. It was rough. It was not good. Nia, like I said, Nia needs to find a good happy medium of actually trying and killing her opponent. It needs to be somewhere in between, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And it's obvious, because when she's not trying, it's so obvious. But when she, like, injures somebody, it's, like, not good.
Well, I didn't think this match was good anyway, so...
I'm just glad Asuka retained. That's all.
Nia versus Asuka in Extreme Rules match sounds very terrifying. Yes. Definitely. I'm... Asuka's gonna get killed.
Let's hope not. So...
Give me a hole you ass to use the toilet.
So, Asuka retained, and it was great. It was fine. But Nia. So after this...
Nia, there, see? You gotta do it right.
After this...
Charlotte Flair is starting to come out, just like that. You hate her, but you're... Woo! Yeah!
I never said that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
No, I didn't. You want to know what I think they're going to do with Asuka?
No. You went, woo! You didn't do it quite that way, but you went, woo!
Since you did that.
Yeah.
I think Asuka's fighting Nia at Extreme Rules. Asuka retains. Asuka goes on to SummerSlam. She ends up somehow getting involved with Charlotte once again. Charlotte versus Asuka at SummerSlam because, well, we have nothing better to do than that. Asuka finally gets her win over Charlotte. Shayna shows up out of the blue, out of nowhere. It's like, poof, I'm back. I am here to rip some people's heads off. So then they fight, and then Shayna takes the title off of Asuka.
That's a good story.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Good story.
Because, where's Shayna? She's disappeared.
She's probably doing the same thing everybody else is. She's like, crap, no, I'm not going to work. There's people getting sick out there.
Except she was coming to work, and then...
There's going to be people dying soon.
And then, after Money in the Bank, she got dropped off the face of the earth. Dude, she didn't even get to the top of the, ladder at Money in the Bank. She didn't even make it to the top. And I was like, what? So I don't know where she went. Maybe she's still stuck in WWE headquarters. Maybe that's why she isn't here now.
Yeah.
Who knows? So, after this, we got the greatest segment of life.
Don't you dare say Charlotte. Throw my TV out
This next segment...
Janelle, Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler ever. To say?
No, but this next segment...
I miss Stephanie McMahon.
Was amazing. This segment...
The Miz and Morrison segment was awesome. The new video is sweet.
This segment...
Hey! Hey, hey.
You don't even know the tune.
Hey, hey.
You don't even know the tune. See, the sad thing is I don't remember how the tune goes.
Yeah, see, I don't remember how it goes. They both, because both songs
because,
are like,
exactly.
It's just, hey, hey, ho, ho. How you doing, James? Hey, hey, ho, ho. Miz and Morrison.
Universal Champions gotta go. Hey, 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 ho.
I love Miz and Morrison.
This was amazing!
I love what they're doing with them.
They need to never break up ever. So, in fact...
And if they do, continue to do videos.
In fact...
Songs. If you don't get me that video soon. We're going to get it done.
In fact...
We're going to get it done.
In fact...
It's got to be just right.
In fact... I needed an entire album from Miz and Morrison.
Yeah.
In fact, it needs to happen. I need... an entire...
What is that? I hope Miz splashes Morrison with urine. It flags Scott.
But yeah, give me all
yes. He has urine trouble right before that, and it doesn't flag him. That was weird.
Oh man! So they showed the music video on the pre-show. They were gonna show the music video on Friday, and then Braun Strowman ruined that. And then they showed it on the pre-show, and I was like,
yeah. The video is sweet.
The rest of the show could suck for all I care because I got to see the Miz and Morrison video.
You're in trouble.
And it was amazing. So they showed the video on the pre-show. We then get to the match, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna show our video again." But during the video, they pan to Miz and Morrison when the video is happening, and the video's on the screen, and they're like dancing and singing, and it was amazing.
That video was.
It was amazing. It's a top hit. I guarantee you it's going to be a top hit on iTunes for the next month.
Wait till we remake it.
Oh, shoot. I mean, I feel like we kind of have to, though, because if we're remaking one Miz and Morrison song, I feel like we just need to become a Miz and Morrison cover band.
Yeah.
I think we could do it, though.
Miz and Morrison are going to break up.
No, they're not.
They can't
break up because they got to make an entire album. Okay, WWE, do you hear me? Do you hear me? I've got the power to make this happen. You must create an album. You must. Miz and Morrison must create an entire album of songs. I will buy it. And I will play it so very loud so the entire world can hear their greatness. Miz and Morrison are the greatest musical artists ever. I said it. It needed to be said. They are...
You've got the power.
I do. I have the power. The power right here.
I think you would get a lot of views if you did that, guys. Do covers and share it with them.
Honestly, though, I feel like Miz and Morrison are just such a big hit, and they've got such a huge fan base. I mean, I'm their biggest fan, though. I'm the leader of the fan club. And so, I feel like if we were to put out Miz and Morrison cover songs, I feel like there's just something there, you know? So, maybe we do need to do it. Maybe we should, seriously consider this. So, Miz and Morrison versus Braun Strowman. Braun's entrance now is a freaking freight train coming through. The video, it's and then there's, steam and smoke everywhere. I'm like, I don't like this. It's cheesy.
I think that Miz and Morrison that's up to Miz and Morrison. I highly doubt they'd make a physical album because Maven would be one of the 12 people who buy it.
No, I would be the one person to buy it 14 times. So, they need to make it, though. I've got the power, though. Power. Boop. The power has been, it's going through the internet right now, and it's making its way to WWE.
What are you, Chris Statlander?
Yes, and...
Hope not, because she's injured.
She is, but...
Maybe would buy 12 albums.
I said 14. So, it's working its way through the electrical circuit, and it is getting its way to WWE headquarters where they're going to listen.
Everyone's going to be at your door saying, turn that song off.
And they're going to just listen. They're going to be like, what is this? Dang, this electrical shock of energy that I just got from typing on my keyboard, this idea just popped into my head. I need to tell Vince that he needs to tell Miz and Morrison to make an album of songs, of music. It'd be amazing. Boom! Mind blown. See, that's how this idea is gonna make it too creative. I just told you how this works. I mean, they've listened to all the rest of my ideas, so what makes this one any different?
Yeah. I've heard very poor things about Backlash 2020.
I thought it was actually a really good show.
I thought it was about Average Clark.
I thought it was a really good show. Better than I thought it was going to be. That's for sure.
All right, did we get to the Morrison and Miz involved?
No, Braun won.
Yeah, Braun won.
Like, whatever. I mean, you suck, but it's fine.
I don't think it can make people make music. That would be up to them.
See, except...
We're going to make Miz and Morrison make music.
Except, they will, because I said so.
Yeah.
And then Vince is going to say so. And then if they don't, Vince will be like, "You're fired!" And so, I feel like they're kind of... They have to.
Yeah.
They're obligated to. They have to make an entire album. If not for Vince, for me. Because, like I said, I've got the power. So.
Yes. So Braun won that match. Then we have the Drew versus Lashley.
This was actually another really good match up until the end.
The end was predictable.
But yeah, I mean, yes, it was.
I think I called it the other day what would happen.
Except I did before you, so.
Well, that makes you special.
Exactly. So, this was actually a really good match. I love the way it started. I almost said Nelson. Lashley put the full Nelson on McIntyre. Jeez, I don't know why that was so difficult for me.
That's right. We have requested it. We've requested it because we're going to do the cover of their videos. Here's booking prediction for you. Braun is going to be on Raw on Monday and destroy Street Profits and Viking Raiders. New Day is going to take exception to Braun burying the tag division.
New Day shows up on Raw. New Day then goes after Braun Strowman.
And then they win the tag titles and then they have a fight. And that's how you get New Day split up.
Yes. So.
I feel bad for Lashley. Or Lana. Lashley is a damn scumbag.
No.
I can't believe James just got flagged for scumbag and like people been you're in trouble.
So I love this match. I love that it started with Lashley putting the full Nelson on McIntyre before McIntyre even got his coat off. Like, it was just like, dang, like that move is deadly. So he did that and it was cool. And then the match was fine. And then Lana.
Lashley versus
Lana
should be good. Yes.
Lana had to come out there.
And I agree. Lashley is awesome with MVP.
With her stupid brain, she decided that she needed to come out there and do stuff.
Hello, Washable Mark.
And so she came out and she was like, Lashley. And then she got knocked off the apron. And then Lashley got distracted. And then Drew McIntyre won. And then after that, Lana was left lying on the floor. And she was like, and Lashley was like, and then he walked off into the sunset with MVP. Lashley just needs to divorce her right now because it's over. It's over between them. And so, yeah, it's over. I think we all just need to understand that it's over. And that it's over. And thank the heavens that it's over.
John, I expect him to break those two up. I hope we have real fans by SummerSlam or I might have to stop watching. You can always come here and check us out, Watchable Marker. We'll tell you what happened. And I wouldn't be shocked if we have some fans in the stands at SummerSlam, but I don't know how long it's going to last.
Fans in the stands.
With everything, with hospitals starting to pick up in some states, fans in the stands. With issues starting to happen in some of these states, because we're not all on the same page, and so you're going to have lots and lots of sick people, lots of people dying, lots of people going to the hospital.
Dang, that's a nice PSA from Mr. G. This will start the feud between Braun and New Day. After beating Kofi, we get a Big E Braun at SummerSlam for him to win the title. Boom. I would very much so be down with that. I would love a Big E title run because I think the dude deserves it. I think he is so good at what he does. I think he's just a joy to watch, and I think it'd be epic. Yes. They will ban Lana from ringside just because. No, Maven, but you're wrong. But no, James, I'm not. Lashley and Lana are going to get a divorce, and it's going to be over. And that's going to be it.
I thought Drew
and I'm going to cheer, and I'm going to yell, and I'm going to be excited.
Well, unless they're setting up, like Little Fettuccine said, a cage match down the road.
Okay, but even so, even if they did that, it doesn't matter if they do that, because all of this is leading to the divorce of Lana and Lashley.
Well, it is.
So...
Maybe you should be a manager in wrestling.
Well, I'd sure be a better one than Lana, that's for sure.
It's not going to be a live crowd for a while. We'll see what happens. Like I said, there's stuff starting to pick up in some of these states that opened up and nobody's following any of the rules, no masks, no nothing. And so there's lots of people getting sick. I saw where Houston's talking about shutting down again because they're starting to have so many people going to the hospital. And the hospitals are going to be overran, so I would not be shocked if we don't have it shut down for some cities. Probably need to do it statewide, probably countrywide, because then maybe we can shut this down completely like other countries have done.
The thing is, Lana is starting to get on the I can't read. The thing is, Lana is, to me, starting to serve no purpose to the company.
Yep.
I agree. They've
without mask, washable marker.
At this point, Lana serves no purpose. She's not good in the ring. She's not a good manager. She's flat out annoying, and she makes me want to turn the TV off and not watch because she's annoying. So, she really serves no purpose. Because like I said, outside of what they're doing with her right now, which is garbage, she's not a good manager. She's not good on the mic. She can't cut a good promo. She's not good in the ring. She's pretty lousy. And so, she's not good. It's going to be all Maven's fault. I'll take credit for it. I will take credit for the divorce of Lana and Lashley. I will. Because I'll be cheering and yelling because Lashley's finally rid of that blonde buffoon. And so, I'll be happy about it. I don't care what it's setting up. It ruined a great match. I mean, you're not wrong.
Lana's ungood.
Lashley and McIntyre was a really good match until the end.
I feel sorry for anyone manages Maven rants all day for them.
Like, honestly though.
Everyone should wear a mask in public. It's crazy that some people don't. Yeah, most people don't. At least around here they don't.
If you hate your ears, then a lot of promo does the job. See, the sad thing is, it's true. It's just she's not good. I'm sorry, you're just jealous of Lana and Dana. Well, James, that's just not true. Because I have more talent in my pinky than both of them combined.
Why do we say Lana and then Dana?
Lana
and Lana. Or Lana and Dana.
I don't know. But I have more charisma, I have more talent, I have more
that's the problem with like
good looks in my pinky than they do. So that's English. The problem. Maybe Lana was one of those ninjas. Show up in a cosplay.
Lana is the best. Lana's number one.
Oh man, jeez. Yeah, Lana needs to change
Lana
stories
or
something. She might be heading out next.
Yes.
Oh man. Woo. Oh man.
So then we get the
Profits and Raiders, the battle. Oh my
At least
gosh.
Lana isn't wrestling. Yeah.
I mean, at least. Man, this was this was something. I don't know what it was, but this is quite entertaining. This is probably the only one of these that I have actually legitimately enjoyed. She can't say Bobby. There you go. At least someone agreed with me. Where? Oh, washable marker. Lana's the best. Lana's number one.
Yes, washable marker agreed with you.
Sweet.
See, James, you got someone in here to help you out now.
Yes. So, this was actually enjoyable. I don't know what this was, but it was funny. And I enjoyed it. The Profits and Raiders thing. Does it have any use for anything? No. No, it doesn't. Don't you mean garbage? But this was...
Bye, Bobby.
So, I thought this was funny. Like I said, the purpose of this, I don't know.
Nobody knows.
I don't know the purpose of it, but it was funny. The Viking Prophets are a force to be reckoned with.
Yes.
They beat up.
They beat up Messenger Traffic.
So, yeah, there was ninjas. Akira Tozawa led a group of ninjas into battle, and it was cool.
They beat up Ninja Solani. It was crazy 80s fun. Reminded me of the Three Ninjas movie.
And I don't know what that is.
You'll have to watch it.
I've never watched it.
Yeah, you'll have to watch it.
I never watched it, so I don't know.
I don't know.
But it was. I thought it was funny.
My question is, okay, so why are they doing this to the tag division? It's no wonder that you had the Revival want out.
The turkey leg is like Thor's hammer. I mean, yeah, it kind of was, and I was like, that's funny. I don't know, man. I thought it was funny that
I might have to come out of retirement and make wrestling entertaining.
Who was it?
Is Akira on the main roster now, or is this like a sitcom where everyone just moves on? Everyone moves on. It's just that special guest appearance.
He was on Raw.
At the end, they put special guest appearance
Akira
in the
Tozawa.
credits. Akira Tozawa.
And ninjas. What ninjas? We don't know, but they were ninjas.
Yes,
oh my gosh.
The tag team division is non-existent, pretty much.
Dax Harwood, he put up a tweet. He was like,
Viking Raiders and Street Profits is a great segment. I like the whole, like, what they did, kind of. Because it was entertaining.
After this segment...
But if you're trying to make your tag team serious...
This isn't the way to do it.
This isn't the way to do it.
Just a little reminder, folks. The Street Profits are your Raw Tag Team champions. They are your Raw Tag Team champions.
I do like what they did to Braun's car.
I thought that
Braun's
was funny.
going to stop bringing his car, and he's going to have an Uber driver.
I did think that was funny. So after this segment was done, Dax, formerly Scott Dawson of the Revival, he said, yes, guys.
That giant dude, but evidently climbing was his weakness because he left.
He said, yes, guys, we know. And yes, guys, we're happy. Can you just imagine for a second? Can we just imagine? If this was like the Revival, and the Revival were supposed to become what this segment was tonight, because of the teams that they're using, and because they've been doing this over the last 4 weeks. 4 weeks is that's not true. It's been longer than that. But because the Profits and the Raiders at this point are kind of joke tag teams, with the way they're using them, it was like fine and it made sense. But can you just imagine if a like legitimate, like actually good tag team like the Revival were put into this, and this was like supposed to be their spot? Can we just imagine that for just a split second?
Thanks for the host, Bendy Boy Gaming.
I can't, because you see, this should never happen to guys like the Revival. Hey, this shouldn't really be happening to guys like...
Yes, Otis and Tucker could fit right in with this tag team feud thing. And
because the Street Profits are actually good. And the Viking Raiders, when they were formerly known as War Machine, they were good too. But they have been treated like trash.
Probably why they switched their names to
the
Viking Raiders. Because War Machine, you couldn't.
I mean, they
War
were
Machine
Viking experience like first though.
Around.
They
Happy birthday, Mini Bendy G. Yes.
What are y'all thoughts on
Shotzi
Tegan
and
and Sasha
Bayley
this Wednesday?
But Dakota and Raquel get involved?
I hope not, because I just want it to be a clean tag team match.
I would just like to know what they're doing with all this.
I would just like it to be a good, clean tag team match.
Remember the War Chants? Me too. Yeah, I don't remember them, because it's been so long.
Let's be honest. I thought the Ninjas would beat them up. Let's be honest. I thought so too. I love the fact that when the giant ninja came in, I can't remember what his name is, but he's like an NXT wrestler, and he's like huge. When he came in and he pulled out the sword, and Eric was like, and all the rest of them were like, and then Eric was like, I'll take him, I'll get him, guys, and he like started to march forward, and then they were like, no.
The Raw waiters.
So, yeah, that was that. Bendy Dude said, thanks.
Yes.
So, I was like, geez, man, geez. So...
Jonelle, they're probably not ever bringing her back. She's looking at what's happening, and she's going, I'm not coming back to that crap.
So, yeah, Profits and Raiders.
I would see Undefeated versus Free Pop. It'd be cool if they actually made it a match, but if they're going to like goof around with it, then no.
See, the thing is that they did have good matches when the Street Profits were in NXT about a year ago, so...
Yes.
Just saying.
Yep.
So, it happened like twice in NXT. Yeah, exactly. So, then we get the main event. Edge versus Orton.
Yes.
Jordan, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his last name, was the giant ninja. Yes, give me a whole yeah. There you go. There's the information in the chat. Lol, yeah, a giant man with a sword. I wouldn't fight him either, unless I was Ivar with a bowling ball. So, Edge versus Orton. This was surprisingly good. Was it the greatest match ever? The greatest wrestling match ever? No, it was not. But it was still really good. So I had really low expectations going into this. And so I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. But
Not
this
even
was
the best match
good.
of the weekend.
This is good, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was better than I thought it was going to be.
I got so much Becky merch. I'm starting to run out of room in my closet.
This
James, sell some of it.
definitely wasn't the greatest wrestling match ever, but it was still good.
This is a great match. It wasn't in the top 100. Well, it was the best match ever tonight.
It was really good, though. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I think they brought out the punt, and I was like, oh!
I would say
it was so good,
was the
and
best
I
match.
liked it.
It was the greatest match tonight. Greatest match ever tonight. So
I feel like the matches progressively got better, though, because I feel like the Boss and Hug match was really good to start the show.
well, I love how they started the
then-
Edge Orton match with
I love
the
it
MSG
too.
sign, and then with
Oh shoot! I said I
Howard
was gonna do
Finkel's
it.
voice.
I said I was gonna do it. Ah, dang. Anyways, you can continue on, and then I'll do it.
No,
They
go ahead.
started with the MSG thing.
Yeah,
and
the
it was
MSG
Howard
thing
Finkel's
and Howard
voice.
Finkel's voice. I thought it was
And
cool.
I
how
thought
they
it was.
did that.
I thought it was really cool. And then they go, "This is the greatest show." Now that was pretty accurate to what it is.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty accurate to what it is.
What's the
right?
greatest wrestling match ever, Mr. Gleen? I don't know, because I think it'd be hard to sit there and say what the greatest wrestling
feel
match
like-
is. Because it all depends on what you like.
But like, I feel like
If you like the high-flying type stuff and like, you know...
and then it ended
you're
in
gonna sit there and
controversy.
probably say something like something would be like not necessarily the Young Bucks, but those type of matches. If you're going to say thank you, Mrs. Gleen, for the cheers. If you're going to say
What do those do?
Huh?
What do those do?
They earn money towards us. Give us money.
Oh, sweet. Cheer us on. Woot woot.
That's a good thing about Twitch is if when you cheer, you get points and you get money, and nobody has to pay for anything.
Sweet.
So I think that I don't think you can define the greatest match because it's going to depend on what you like.
Yeah,
If you like the hardcore stuff, you're going to look at something from like ECW and go, man, that was like the greatest match ever.
See, I think, do I think it was smart giving the greatest wrestling match ever tagline to this? No, I don't think it was super smart because it gave everybody these expectations that, well, I mean, it gives Orton and Edge kind of these expectations, these, you know, we got to go out there and put on a really good match. Otherwise,
Here's
people
what
are
I
gonna be
think
like,
they tried
crap.
to do. They tried to make it an old school type feel with the camera angles and things like that.
I like this. I did like this. I didn't mind the camera angles of doing the cuts from above. I really didn't. I liked the ref wearing the old gear. I liked the whole MSG thing. I liked that they used the Howard Finkel audio. I thought it was really cool. And then, like, the match itself, it was... If you were expecting more than a wrestling match, that's not what... I mean, this was a wrestling match. It was, like, a lot of holds. It was a lot of
It's
just...
straight for WWE title match. Not any other company is sending a percentage for a WWE match. It depends on what you're talking about, Zandel, because there's stuff from the past that I could sit here and tell you that they had good matches.
This is the match they should have had
World
at
Championship
Mania.
Wrestling, NWA, old NWA had good matches.
See, the thing
you
is...
go back and you look at some of the old stuff, and there were some good matches.
The thing about it, with the match at Mania, I didn't mind that. I thought it was fine.
Have you all heard of Charlotte's pregnancy?
No.
No, but I heard she wanted to have a kid within, like, next 2 years or something like that.
Yeah.
The idea is to get heat on Orton for ruining the match with a low blow. Problem was, It wasn't powerful.
See, the issue with that
yes,
is
he
like...
could have really hit him.
No, but the issue with that was the
and then
camera...
you have to hope Edge had a cup.
The issue with that is even watching it, the camera angle wasn't that great to, like, catch it to see if it was a low blow or if it wasn't. Because it was so quick.
They could have reran it.
It was real quick.
Since this wasn't live.
It was real quick, and then Edge was down.
Of course,
and Orton went for the punt.
You hurt me that time. Don't ever do that again.
Orton went for the punt, and I was like, yes. Because I love the punt. I think it's such a cool, like, it's such a cool move. I mean, it's like, it looks devastating. It's like, so good. And I love when he uses it because he doesn't use it all the time. He only uses it when he, like, really has to, and, like, the situations where he can't put somebody away with just the RKO once, twice, 3, 4 times. And so I love when he uses the punt because nobody else really uses it, and it's such like a, just like I said, it's just such a devastating, like, looking move. And
yeah,
so
which is
it
why
looks really
which is
cool.
why I think they could have went back and redone it since it wasn't live. I think they could have went back and redone it. And
so the punt is really cool.
Do you think WWE? I think they messed this up, John L, by titling it the greatest match ever.
See, now where I think WWE was smart with this entire thing is this was 100% a marketing thing. It was 100%. If you're gonna go and look up on YouTube and put in the search bar,
that would have been
greatest
a good one.
wrestling
That
match
been a good idea.
or the greatest match ever, it's going to come up with Backlash 2020 and Edge and Orton clips. So that's going to be like the first thing that people see. So in that aspect of it,
Satan 6969, thank you for following.
like, I feel like WWE was looking at it and not necessarily, is it going to be the greatest match ever type of thing, but how many people can we get to see this? Because, yeah. So,
Fantasy book tomorrow night's Raw.
Oh, man, I don't even
Charlotte shows up, tells Asuka that she's tired of waiting. I want your title. Let's fight.
Charlotte's not winning the title off of Asuka.
And then after beating Asuka for the title, she says, I want Sasha and Bayley next.
No.
And I want you to put up all 3 of those belts.
No.
And then they fight on Friday, and Charlotte takes all 3 of those belts.
Good shout there, Mini M. I mean, I 100%, like, it wasn't because they thought they could put on the greatest wrestling match ever. It was because, if you think about it from a marketing standpoint, if somebody goes and searches greatest wrestling match ever, greatest match ever, it's going to be one of the first things that pops up. Because it was the freaking, like, tagline of the entire pay-per-view. The poster says the greatest wrestling match ever on it.
Yeah.
So, in a sense, from, like, a business standpoint of wanting people to see it, it was a very brilliant move. You know? Because people are going to, if people search that, it's going to be one of the first things that pops up. And so, like I said, from a business standpoint, smart move. From, like, a marketing to your wrestling fans aspect point, it's, like, a little questionable, you know? Because it's definitely, it wasn't the greatest wrestling match ever, but it was a good match regardless. So, out of this match, there was a report that Edge was injured.
Yes.
And so, apparently, I honestly thought Randy Orton and Edge's match was the best of the night. Storytelling, the mat-to-mat wrestling, the technical wrestling, all great. Yeah, I thought that was great. And I also loved all the little tributes kind of in it of the different wrestlers that, you know, their moves and stuff. There was a Rock Bottom. There was, you know, the Three Amigos, Eddie Guerrero. There were several different things that they did kind of after their own matches. Their own finishing moves didn't work on one another. They started going into this place of, like, pulling moves from other people. I thought it was cool how they kind of did that after, you know, their own moves didn't work.
I also thought the ending was heartbreaking. I almost cried hearing Andy tell him to go back to his family. Yeah.
So Orton won. Orton, what was kind of interesting about this was at the end, Orton was, you know, up on the ramp, And the medical people came down, and they got out of the stretcher, and they were getting ready to lay on Edge on it, and Edge was like, no, and he got up. And then Orton had this look on his face like, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. You should have just gone home, you know? So I don't think this is going to be over just based on the fact that there is the pedigree. That was another one. Just because of the fact that there is, you know, the potential of the low blow into the punt, and if that happened or not. And then, you know, there's Orton kind of being like, I've tried to put you down twice. I almost successfully did it once. What is it going to take to put you away, Edge? And then Edge should ultimately win it. Now, that's just like typical WWE booking. That's not what I would do. I would just kind of like maybe drop it, but I feel like Edge isn't going to, so I mean, it is what it is.
Fiend versus Orton would be awesome. Pedigree of the Rock Bottom, that was what I do, observing calling Orton a cheat. I think that'd be good. If the Fiend's going to come back, I don't know how quick he's planning on coming back, how quick Bray Wyatt is planning on coming back.
See, a lot of people are like, have Bray show up tonight during the Braun Strowman match, and that didn't happen.
And I don't know when he's coming back, so since he just had a baby, and so I don't know how quickly he plans on coming back. Honestly, I think they're stretching this feud. I don't think Edge is hurt. I think they're using that for more of a feud. I think that'd be cool if that's what they're doing.
See, what I've seen is Edge tore his...
They will have another match, Jono.
What I've seen is that Edge tore his tricep. Now, watching the match, there wasn't really a point where Edge looked like he injured himself. There wasn't really a point where Edge looked like he was super hurt. There was like a weird bump on like the rope where his like arm got caught, and it was kind of like jerked down. But I don't know. That's what the reports have been, is that Edge did get banged up out of this and he tore his tricep. And so, I mean, I guess we'll see. So, if that's the case,
4 to
then
6 months, that's what I heard too.
He'll be out for about 4 to 6 months. And so, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. If he says something, wait and see if WWE says something. And so, we'll just kind of have to go from there, I suppose.
Yes.
You know. It kind of sucks if he did get injured, you
exactly.
know?
Sorry, Wrestle Story. My booking was cut by stream. I suggested Fiend, Orton, save Orton, Edge 3 for crowds. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would do, too. If the Fiend is going to come back. I don't know how quick he's going to come back and how long he's going to stay away from...
He's obviously going to come back,
well, yeah, but I mean, how long Bray
You make it sound like... If the Fiend ever comes back...
Well, because I don't know how long...
What does that mean?
If his whole idea is that he's staying away because of what's going on, then I don't know that he'll come back right away. If he stays away because of what's going on, you know, with COVID and everything, then I don't know how quick he's going to come back, especially if they start allowing fans into the stands and things like that. Then if his whole idea is to try and keep his family safe and not have... you know, with a newborn, not having any of the family members get sick, then he may decide that he's not going to come back right away. Obviously, Roman's made that decision, and at least for now, has said he's not coming back right away.
Oh.
So, I think that...
Dang.
Yeah, that's gross.
That's nasty.
I think that's... I think it all will depend on how much they want to try and protect their family. And like I said, with cases picking up here, we got a lot of states that have cases picking up and issues starting to happen. Some hospitals, although not totally overran, they're starting to see increases in numbers, higher numbers. Thanks, James. I think that you could see some of these guys saying, okay, we're going to wait till we ride this out, and... you know, we got enough money. We don't need to worry about the money aspect of things. So we're going to ride this out and wait until it is safe to go back to doing the shows. And so I think that
you know, I never thought about this, but, like, looking at all the people that are out right now, a lot of their big stars are not there. They're not going, and some of them are going to be leaving here soon. I mean, right now you have Roman, he's out. Becky's gone. The Fiend is gone. Brian's going to be gone soon because Brie is having her kid in, like, August.
Yeah.
Edge, he's potentially out with an injury.
And some of them, I wonder...
who else?
I wonder...
Seth! Seth will be out in a matter of months.
Well, and I wonder how many of them are going to... if fans start coming back to the stands, how many of them are going to go, well, no, I can't do this? Because we run the risk of having someone come in here that can make a lot of people sick.
Yeah.
And so, we'll have to see what happens.
So, like, looking at it, there's, like, a lot of their big superstars that are either out right now.
Especially those that either have young kids or are getting ready to have a baby.
Like, that's, yeah. So,
there's an increase here.
And Zayn. Zayn is another one. Sami Zayn was being prominently used until he disappeared off the face of the earth. And so there's several superstars
AEW. Woo!
that are out right now or are going to be out in the coming months for several different reasons. And so what do you do then? Well, obviously you need to start building some new stars. So that would be where I would start first. Like, that would be it. Start building stars. That'd be the smartest, most logical option. So, do that, and then you gotta, like, build some new stars. Start now.
Yeah.
So you have people ready to go.
I know there's, increases everywhere. We're going to have some major issues here soon. There's going to be hospitals overran. And for those people that sit here and talk about young people not getting it, I've read some stories today talking about 20-year-olds that have so much scar tissue in their lungs. Healthy. Not people that have pre-existing conditions. Healthy 20-year-olds that, went out, ran, exercised, did everything normal, and they have scar tissue on their lungs, and they can't walk a flight of stairs. And so this, even though it may not kill you,
that's not good.
It's doing a lot of damage to people.
That's not good.
And we have done nothing to stop it. We don't do anything to, we don't do anything to promote safety. It's complicated. I remember months ago hearing about a person who tested positive for COVID-19 getting arrested because they were trying to spread it. Yeah, it's stupid. Anybody that does that should be charged for attempted murder. Sorry, it's no different than someone just going out and shooting somebody and, only you're willingly doing it. And then we sit here and we say, we talk about wanting to be free. Well, free for who? That's my political rant.
Dang.
Jericho says he wants Roman in AEW. That'd be cool.
Hey, you know who's like the greatest commentator ever tonight?
The facts are we just really don't know what we're dealing with. No coronavirus new. We're learning as we go along. Well, and I read an article where today or yesterday where it's like mutating. So it's causing issues, issues that could be down the road. We find out that it messes people up more than we thought. I got tested yesterday for COVID-19. Have you got your results back yet, James? Or did they tell you it'll be like 2 or 3 days? The virus affects many people differently. A friend of mine tested positive and she said she only felt sick for 1 day. She's quarantined until she tested negative, but it affected her so much less. Problem is, observing stuff, I've heard people say that, and then they went back and had like x-rays on their lungs, and it's like messed up. So, even though she may have a mild case, she probably needs to get checked out just to make sure that everything's good.
Tomorrow night's Raw results leaked. Vince is bringing in a
Covina 18, the sister of COVID, defeated with Asuka on a toilet paper on a full match. That's funny.
So anyways, you want to know who the greatest commentator ever was on tonight's show? Honestly, okay.
Who does Braun Strowman lose the championship to? Good question.
My head says...
Depends on who comes back and wins.
Samoa Joe, because Samoa Joe was, on fire tonight on commentary.
She works in the medical field. She has to get checked.
But my heart says Corey Graves because he was really hyping up the Miz Morrison theme song. I mean, he really was. He was really hyping up the new song, and he's hyping up the eventual album, and so...
So you have to self-quarantine now, James, for 3 days?
Dang.
Until you get your results?
Dang, dang, dang. Did you see that New Japan is coming back?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really follow New Japan. I don't really pay much attention to New Japan just because I just
don't watch it. They're coming back tomorrow.
They're coming back and
June 15th. Tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be there for a show, I believe.
Sweet.
New Japan Wrestling comes back tomorrow. If we had a way to watch it, we could, without having to pay money, we'd watch it. All right. I think that's it.
Sami Zayn not given much of a choice regarding WWE return. WWE is considering a lot of things at the moment. The backstage shift in power after Paul Heyman's firing is still being unraveled. In the middle of it all, Sami Zayn might be coming back too. Sami Zayn's name has been brought up a lot backstage in meetings as of late. It seems that Zayn might be the guy with the red hair and red beard from the Elias hit and run. Elias will be out for a very long time. He, in fact, does need surgery on something. What?
That's because Japan handled the virus properly, unlike us. I think a lot of those Asian countries handle it properly. And a lot of them wear masks anyway. I think if you wear a mask, I think it helps out.
Sami Zayn didn't want to come back and work during the pandemic, but it might be acting that way anyways. So.
Yes.
Who knows? Maybe Sami Zayn will be back.
We're going to take off. We'll be back on Monday. We will have our Raw recap. So make sure that you come back, check us out there tomorrow night.
Hey, and if you want to,
it's going to rain just about all week, so this doesn't really matter.
If you want to, in which you should. Are you?
My streaming?
You should go and check out this dude on Twitch in just a little bit.
You're in trouble if you don't tune into the next Wrestle Story. Yes, you are. I am going to be streaming here in about a half hour. I'll be over on the Twitch.
You're in trouble if you don't go check out Mr. G playing some Fortnite.
Yeah, I'm going to play Fortnite to start with. We'll see how things go, and then maybe switch games if I'm doing bad.
You should go check that out.
So I'll be on Twitch here in just about a half hour, 45 minutes.
What's your name?
Tell Mr. Gleen. Mr. Gleen.
There you go. Mr. Gleen on Twitch. Go check him out. Go give him a follow.
Here in about a half hour.
Playing
Fortnite, yes.
Yep.
So with that, we're going to take off. I'm out of here. I will be... How you doing, Equilibrius? I will be back in a little bit on Mr. Gleen on Twitch. So
go check him out.
We'll see you guys on... There it is.
Mrs. Gleen, put it in the Twitch chat.
Good night, everybody. Thanks, James. See you tomorrow night. Peace out, everybody.